I wish all of those who are watching this video a very good afternoon. I am Nidhi Singh from NRI Legal Services. I'm a lawyer by profession. And today I'm going to do the much awaited video on RERA, R-E-R-A, Real Estate Regulation Act. A much needed, a much awaited act, an initiative by the Indian government, which was really talked about, and it has finally been enforced on the 1st of May 2017. Binds across all states in India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. As a lawyer, we are talking of course about a law, but as it's this video, this series, it gives me a great pleasure to do this, not as a lawyer, but as a very proud Indian. Our firm, NRI Legal Services, has been dealing with literally thousands of cases of those of you who've been affected by unscrupulous people, real estate developers who have taken people for a ride, and people who've invested in India with a lot of sentiment, with a clean heart, hard-earned money, trying to go back to their roots and have a home in India. Some people invested for their parents, some for their children, and I've come across people from all walks of life, doctors, engineers, chartered accountants, even people who have been in small jobs but have wanted to keep the touch with their roots intact for their children, so that their ties are not completely broken. And these people who've been living abroad, and all of you know that you have to actually cut deep into your earnings to save some money wherever you are overseas, and then pile it up together and then invest in India. And people have been grievously hurt, and I've been having meetings over in our offices all over the world, over video, on telephone calls, where people have actually poured their hearts out and have said that, Nidhi, this was their dream and their dreams have been shattered. And I used to really feel bad. The only thing I could tell them was that, you know, if we file this consumer complaint is absolutely the way to go about recovering damages and getting compensated for investments that have gone wrong. I would only say that I promise you that I will do my best, and we will get you the compensation, we'll get you the interest, we'll get you the damages, so that you are not at least shortchanged monetarily. But somewhere down the line, you know, that magic of India, their dream got broken. That magic, the spell got broken, that they were looking at India with so much of romanticism, that it's their country, their roots. There's no price for that. I mean, we would have our politicians going and saying that, okay, invest in India, and India is a great destination, look at our economy, look at our GDP, the growth, everything is great. But and when people would actually do that, this is what they would be meted out with. Absolutely, they were roughly handled, no professionalism, completely walked and run all over, and people actually had their hearts broken, the magic all gone, the spell broken. So many people, time and again I got to hear that they will never invest in India. I will never invest in India again. I will never look at India again for investment. Why should I? It's a great demoralizing factor. You know, as an Indian, I would feel very demoralized that here are these people who want to come and invest in India. They're genuine people, they love their country, they want to come back, and yet this is how they have been treated. And this entire reputation of our country, and as an Indian I would be cringing inside, and I would hate it that this is not how I would want India to be represented outside at all. I would, of course, as a lawyer, do my two-bit of making sure at least our services are above board and we get them the compensation in whatever way we could. We wanted to restore their confidence that no, everything in India is not wrong, is not bad, but that somehow the bitterness always remained. And so when we got to know that this is what the government is planning as an initiative, RERA is coming, it gave me a lot of happiness, and it gave me a lot of confidence in the fact that, well, if this act is what it is, and as we can see, and as I'm going to unfold it, that it's such a stringent act, keeping the developers completely under reins, this would be a great move by the government. This would be a great initiative by the government to kind of restore the confidence, get people to invest in India. I mean, there are so many who are still waiting in the fences, wanting to understand, having a great environment back home to invest in India. India would really benefit from this if we can kind of get these kind of people to invest back in India. A lot of Indians would be very happy. It's a win-win situation for everyone, and I really feel today discussing about this new act and letting you know that this is the way forward in the real estate market. This regulatory act is going to be completely wonderful, and I can definitely say that invest in India without fear. RERA is here. So how does RERA actually secure the consumers and empowers them? There are a host of checks and balances that are now in place, which the developers have to adhere to very strictly. The number one, before any project is started, the developer has to take permission from the real estate regulatory authority under RERA, which is they have to register their project, they have to get a registration number, and then only then, once they have a registration number, they can start to start anything at all on the project. May it be development or land consolidation or marketing or whatever. So all of that is now very important, and the authority itself has a number of documents which it seeks to verify the credentials and the validity of the developer. So that's a very huge checks and balance now in place, as against ordinary or a non-validated developers coming into play, people who are not accredited properly. There were so many of these unorganized, unreputed players that came into the market, which actually floated some dubious projects and ran away with the people's money. No longer would that be possible, because each developer will have to give its credentials and register their projects under RERA. That's a very important move, and under that. Number two, 70% of the entire amount that a consumer actually pays towards the cost of the project is now going to be kept in an escrow account. An escrow account is an account which is a mediatory account, which is that the money is not released immediately to the developer, but there are certain provisions, there are certain stipulations, as and when the developer keeps achieving those milestones. These payments are all milestones based and are only released at fixed intervals of time, based on what the developer is supposed to be achieving within that milestone, and the next payment will only be released once the previous milestone is achieved. So this was absolutely unheard of. What earlier practice was that the consumer, in all trust, or maybe didn't even have a choice, even if he didn't trust him, but in all choice would just give the money, and these developers would invest the money in several other projects and not complete one project but had several others in the pipeline. And this project would get delayed because, very simply, there was no danda on their head, and there was no law which would catch them, and they actually made merry, and that is how the things were. But now, under RERA, this is not possible. Number three, there was a complete information that the developer has to provide on the milestones achieved, on what is the status of the project, how much of the project is being developed. So all updates now have to be provided to the consumers in a documented format, as against the consumers chasing the developer for this. So now the onus is now on the real estate developer, and he is also liable to refund the complete money with interest and damages in case the project is delayed or is not completed timely, or he faces any kind of challenges, or for some reason the project gets stalled, or if there is any other impediment on the way. He is supposed to be refunding this entire money with interest, with damages to the consumer. All of this agreement that is now in place between the client and the real estate developer from now on under RERA is all a legal binding document which the real estate developer is going to sign, and he will be legally liable for all the undertakings that he is going to be taking once a client signs up and is actually ready to buy the apartment and he makes a payment towards it. He is also liable, that is the real estate developer is also liable to make sure that he is fully responsible if there are any structural defects, if there are any repairs required, if there is any deficiency in the project, if there is anything that the project falls short of according to the provisions that he had said that he'd be doing, he is supposed to be, and he's liable for completing all of that, or he would be actually be penalized for it, and there are penalties in place if the projects are not up to the mark. RERA is a complete act, and just as I have explained that there are a lot of checks and balances towards the real estate developers, they are kept under reins in a very stringent conditions are laid out for them to develop these projects. Just like that, as it's a wholesome comprehensive act, there are duties of the consumers also which are very actively and clearly laid out in the act, and I feel it is very important for those who are now investing in Indian real estate to be aware of under this new regulation. The first thing you must know is that it is mandatory to make all the payments on time as per the agreement. In case you are not making those payments on time, then you have to pay the interest towards it. As a consumer, you have to, once you have signed the agreement, you have to abide by the agreement in totality. It is also very important that once an occupancy certificate is issued by the developer, the possession has to be taken within 2 months of issuance of that certificate. So the possession within 2 months is absolutely a mandatory requirement which the consumer has to fulfill. Then the consumer will be fully participating in any kind of cooperative society or an association or a federal association that the developer forms to look after that project. As you have to become a member, you have to participate with all the rules and the regulations. This could be if they are taking a collective decision to enhance the beauty of the project or maybe add to the security of that project. It has to be collectively taken as a corporation, and all members have to abide by that. So let's say if there is an emergency need to do something to protect the property, you have to be a part of this. You have to give your consent. You cannot say that I'm not a part of this corporation or the cooperative society. Then lastly, as a consumer, you have to participate towards registration of the unit and paying of the making payments towards the conveyance deed and getting it all registered in your name and everything of the unit. This is your duty as a consumer as well. So all of these the consumer is liable to complete and adhere to for the agreement to be valid. So if I were to come to how strict this is towards those erring real estate developers, the penalties are huge. If somebody still violates the provisions of the Act, then he can actually face imprisonment up to 3 years, and also has to pay a fine, 10% of the total estimated project as fine, other than of course refunding the amount, paying the interest and all of that. So this is a very, very draconian act, I would say, a very, very strong act which would actually deter a lot of real estate developers to even dream of doing anything wrong. So that is one. The other is, I would also like to say that this is very new right now. The tribunal is still being set up. We still have to, the cases are not tried under RERA. At the moment, I would feel that for those of you who are facing these problems, and I know there are a lot of them, the consumer courts are still there. They are working as efficiently. They're paying the damages. There is no harm. If something comes up under RERA which is better, you can always withdraw your case from there and put it under the RERA. But you should not stop at getting your applications put in the consumer courts. In fact, in the consumer courts also, it was earlier only consumer courts who were fighting alone in bringing all these developers to book and penalizing them and getting compensations on the behalf of the consumers, and it was like doing it all by its own. But with RERA coming, even consumer court benches or judges are now very emboldened by the fact that the law actually is very strict to these real estate developers, and it has further kind of given them a sense of confidence that the consumer court cases or the consumer court judges now can actually very satisfactorily claim compensation from these developers, and that is actually a great move. And I would recommend that all of you who still are facing these challenges, whether they should file their cases or not, should actually just go ahead and file applications in the consumer courts, not to waste any more time, knowing that the laws are getting stricter under the real estate law. I'm now going to take up, I'm getting a lot of comments and questions. I'm going to take them one by one and quickly answer all of them. This first comment is from Jassi, and she says, very useful information, thanks for sharing. Thanks, Jessie. We at NRI Legal Services, they're always ready, the teams are always ready to disseminate information and make people aware of their rights, of their legal rights, how they can be protected more, and how they can be helped. हमेशा से हमारी कोशिश रही है और पिछले 17 सालों से हम इसी जदोजहद में लगे हैं कि जितना ज़्यादा हो सके, जितने लोगों तक हम ये इन्फॉर्मेशन पहुंचा सकें, जो चीज़ें उनको काम आ सकती है, इंडिया के साथ डील करने में उनको मदद मिल सकती है, वो इन्फॉर्मेशन टाइम टू टाइम हम हमेशा अपने क्लाइंट्स के सामने, जो लोग हमें देखते हैं या जो लोग हमें सपोर्ट करते हैं, वी आर ऑलवेज देयर विद देम एंड वी वुड कंटिन्यू टू डू सो. Thank you. I have another question from somebody called Sonia Shroff. Are you a lawyer? Yes, Sonia, I'm a lawyer. My name is Nidhi. I'm a lawyer qualified to practice law in India, and I represent a company which is dedicated to provide legal services to non-resident Indians. We are basically a company which has offices all over the world. We exclusively deal with only property related matters. That is why this new act, जो कि real estate का ही है, Real Estate Regulation Act कहते हैं इसे, इसको लेके हम हाजिर हुए हैं, so that more and more people can get to know what this new act is, हमारी सरकार क्या कर रही है. A lot of times हम इंडिया की बुराइयां ही सुनते हैं, तो कई बारी जब इंडिया में कुछ अच्छा होता है तो उसका भी शेयर करने का दिल करता है. This is one such optimistic move, I would say, and I really hope कि ये लॉ जिस तरह बनाया गया है उसी तरह इन्फोर्स हो, उसी तरह लोग इसको यूज़ करें और वाकई ही लोगों की मदद हो. So that is the attempt. I have some more questions. I would like to take them up very quickly, which is, I have a property, this is by someone called Sachin Mathur. I have a property in Kolkata. I mean to sell it. How is the real estate market these days? Should I wait to get better prices, Sachin? Real estate market slow hai. It is very slow right now, but I would not say that it is not a selling time or a buying time. Every time is buying time, every time is selling time. It depends on the need of the consumer. People are buying, people are selling. What is the situation with your property? It depends on where your property is. How good is the location, what is the demand in that location. There are some properties at places which have not been affected at all. I will not be able to give you a generic comment, but I would say that जब भी इस चीज़ को बेचना है तो बेच दो, अगर आपको ज़रूरत है, अगर आप वेट कर सकते हो तो प्राइसेस हमेशा ऊपर जाती हैं, नीचे जाती है. इस वक्त जो प्राइसेस हैं वो बहुत हाई भी नहीं है और कई जगह बहुत लो भी नहीं है. I know it's a diplomatic answer, but then I always believe that you have to do what you have to do. There is no perfect time. My next question is that I'm taking is of Raj Shori. I bought a flat last year. Will it be applicable to me? It's definitely it will be applicable. आपने वो खरीद लिया है flat, so naturally at that time there was no requirement for your developer to be registered under RERA. But once the tribunal comes up, and if you face any problem, the consumer courts are already there. But basically, RERA in this complete totality or in a complete way would only be applicable to projects which now have to register under RERA and then come on to the market. But otherwise, since this Real Estate Regulation Act is now in the background, the provisions of this act would be applicable to all. I have a next question by somebody called Sukhjeet Barar. My possession was due last month, but I haven't got it till now. What action I can take? Sukhjeet, actions, as I've told you, there are consumer courts. You can send them a letter, you can send them a legal notice. There are a lot of actions, but I cannot say just by looking at your comment. You have to say कि अगर उन्होंने possession नहीं दिया, if they haven't given you a possession, then what is the status of the building? Have you tried to find out? If it is almost complete and that means the possession is only delayed by a few months, then you do not need to worry. I think you wait it out. There is no need. But if let's say their possession they haven't given, but they haven't even done anything on the property, then that's the cause of worry. And if they haven't done anything and you feel it's going to take a lot longer, then I feel you should absolutely gear yourself and not wait to take legal action. It depends on what is the status of the property. For those of you who have joined us late, I want to once again say that we've done this series, and if you get a chance, you please see this again. This is on Real Estate Regulation Act. I'm Nidhi Singh from NRI Legal Services. And yes, if you have liked the information I've shared till now, and if you think this has been helpful, then please like us. Please share this information. I'm sure this would be very useful to a lot of people. And please subscribe to these video series that we keep doing on property issues in India for you. And do watch us on FB Video Live. We are going to be making sure that we come more regularly and we take up more dynamic, more pertinent issues that affect everybody who live overseas and have property interests in India. I am now taking up a question by Ayushman Joshi. I'm planning to buy an apartment soon. Any guidelines for me? A lot of guidelines, Ayushman. After Real Estate Regulation Act, make sure first of all that the real estate developer is registered under the Real Estate Regulation Authority, and also please go through the acts, go through this video. If you haven't already gone through, you would get to know a lot of provisions. All of these provisions that I'm talking about are also widely circulated on the internet. It is on our website. It is on our website. You can look it up from the website. Get acquainted with all the provisions, the roles and responsibilities of the developer, the roles and responsibility of a consumer, and you make sure you're aware of it, so that when you talk to the consumer, you talk to him from a vantage point, you talk to him from an advantage point, not somebody who doesn't know anything. This is actually going to be very useful for you when you negotiate with the buyer. My next question is from a gentleman called Ramesh Verma. रमेश जी, आप ये पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या ये इंडिया में इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए सही टाइम है? जी हाँ, बिल्कुल। इंडिया में इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए ये बहुत सही टाइम है। इसके लिए दो कारण तो मैं फटाफट से बता देती हूँ। दिस इज़ अ गुड टाइम टू इन्वेस्ट इन इंडिया। वन, जो प्रॉब्लम्स लोगों को पहले आ रही थी, होपफुली वो प्रॉब्लम्स अब नहीं होंगी। ये नया जो कानून बना है, रियल एस्टेट रेगुलेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट एक्ट, 1 मई से 2016, जिसके बारे में हम अभी आधा पौना घंटे से बातचीत कर रहे हैं, ये एक्ट ही इंश्योर करेगा कि अब वो प्रॉब्लम्स जो पहले कंज्यूमर्स को आई हैं कि पैसा लेके भाग जाते थे, रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर्स टाइम पे प्रोजेक्ट्स कंप्लीट नहीं करते थे, ये सब अब हिस्ट्री होने वाला है। और इसके अगेंस्ट इसलिए इस एनवायरनमेंट में इन्वेस्ट करने से आपके पैसे को कोई खतरा नहीं है। दूसरा कारण मैं ये बताना चाहूँगी कि ज़रूर इन्वेस्ट करें, क्योंकि इस आजकल प्रॉपर्टी की प्राइसेस काफ़ी कम हैं, वर्ल्ड ओवर ही थोड़ा रिसेशन है, इंडिया में भी थोड़ा रिसेशन है, इसलिए बहुत अच्छी प्रॉपर्टीज़ बहुत कम दामों में मिल रही हैं। अगर आप सही माने में एक घर लेना चाह रहे हैं और सिर्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट के पर्पसेस से नहीं बट खुद रहना चाह रहे हैं इंडिया में, अपना घर बनाना चाह रहे हैं अपने बच्चों के लिए, या एक कनेक्शन इस्टेब्लिश करना चाह रहे हैं, तो शायद इससे सही टाइम और हो ही नहीं सकता। जब भी प्राइसेस डाउन होती हैं, दैट्स द बाय टाइम, एंड प्राइसेस आजकल काफ़ी कंपेटिटिव है, काफ़ी अच्छी हैं, उस कारण आई विल रियली रिकमेंड, इट्स अ ग्रेट टाइम टू इन्वेस्ट इन इंडिया। और इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए, इफ यू वांट मोर इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन इंडियन प्रॉपर्टी मैटर्स, FB पे, YouTube के चैनल पे और इन सभी जगह हम लोग हैं, NRI लीगल सर्विसेज की टीम्स हैं, और हमने बहुत सारे ऐसे शोज किए हैं जिससे आपको बहुत अच्छी, यू विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन अस, a lot of information on property rights in India. You must subscribe to those, and you must follow those, and I'm sure you will be fully empowered to handle your property matters in India. The whole reason why we do this is to empower you. Next question is for someone called Sukhjot Singh. Sukhjot says ki RERA Punjab which we lagu hai. Sukhjot, RERA is a central government act, except Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir de alawa ये पूरे भारत वर्ष विच लागू है, इन्फोर्स हो गया है। सिर्फ कि उन स्टेट्स वाइज स्टेट इनू इंप्लीमेंट कर रही है, इस वक्त 13-14 स्टेट्स ने कर लिया है, बाकी स्टेट्स भी इनू इंप्लीमेंट करनगियां, पंजाब भी करेगा। ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਐਸੀ ਸਟੇਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਰੇਰਾ ਐਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਗੂ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਸੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੱਕ ਸ਼ੁਬਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੇਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗਾ। The next question is by someone called Jay Parmar, and he says मुझे एक प्रॉपर्टी का इशू है, मैं आपको कहाँ मिल सकता हूँ? How can I meet you to discuss about it in details? Jay, as you know, our teams regularly visit UK where we have offices. We have an upcoming trip. I can give you the dates. London is 7th to 9th July 2017. In Birmingham it's 11th to 16th. Leicester is 10th and the 15th. Bradford and Leeds area of the UK, we are going to be available on 12th. Blackburn is on 13th. Bolton is on 14th of July. These dates would be advertised and published on our website and would also be notified at other places. If you feel you want to discuss something about your property, you're most welcome to schedule an appointment. It's a free consultation. You can come and meet us and get guidance on your property issue from us. Thank you very much. Please do like us, please do subscribe and share this video and with others who could probably find it useful. We have a YouTube channel, you can watch that for more information. There is a website, we do a lot of blogs. Our teams are constantly working very hard to reach out to all of you with authentic, genuine information. I'm very proud of the way our teams are working, and if you people encourage us and motivate us, we would be doing this more, and we would feel really greatly appreciated and would be encouraged. Thank you so much. From Nidhi Singh, once again, all the very best. Jai Hind, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, or Adab.